Hello, my name is Brenna Kaplan. I'm a part of the Guilford County Schools college planning cohorts, and this is my mom, Kaplan. And we're here to talk to you today a little bit about how the winds have really revolutionized my college planning experience. Starting out, I knew I definitely wanted to go to college, but I never saw out-of-state tuition as something that was feasible for our family or adding on the cost of dorms to the already rising tuition fees. So I looked around at schools that were within driving distance of our house. And I settled on one I really liked, and I committed to a plan my junior year. And then I was introduced to college planning cohorts, which, first of all, I would like to thank the WINS so much for beginning this program, and Guilford County Schools for supporting it. When I started the program, I wasn't really sure what to expect from it. I thought I had a pretty good idea of the college planning process. I was very, very wrong. I never knew about the different kinds of universities, research universities, community college, liberal arts. I had no idea that liberal arts was even its own distinction, but I discovered that I was really attracted to their kind of ideals and a lot of the schools that fell under that umbrella. So I started focusing more on them. I learned about how the different out-of-state tuitions can really affect things and that it's not always out-of-state is worse for you. I learned about the different kinds of financial aid opportunities that are out there and how you can approach each one differently, and I think that definitely shifted my lens. And after looking at my academic profile, extracurriculars, work experience, everything I had to offer to a university through an application,
or a college.
Yes, everything I had to offer to a university or college. The WINS suggested a few other schools for me to look at. And the list they were suggesting eventually grew as they were trying to show me every route I could possibly take through this process. I was surprised to find that a lot of the schools on the list, I had never thought that I was on their tier, that they were the kind of school I was compatible with. They just weren't on my radar at all. But taking a closer look, the WINS talked about their common data sets. I was able to pull up this paperwork for each school that showed me the average kind of student at each one and helped me kind of to realistically picture where I fell on the line. I figured out which schools I really liked after considering every possibility out there for me. And then we were introduced to diversity weekends, which were a whole another kind of magic for me. After I was able to take advantage of Amherst College's diversity weekend, I went to the campus. I stayed with some sophomore students there in their dorm. I saw all these different activities, resource centers. I sat in on classes, and I absolutely fell in love. From that point, I kind of knew the general direction I wanted to head with the college planning process, and I looked into ways I could get there with the best financial aid possible. Another thing the WINS introduced me to was QuestBridge, which I was able to become a QuestBridge finalist, and I'd never even heard of it before the WINS. I can't think of a single part of my college planning process that hasn't changed for the better since I started taking this course.
I think for me, as a parent, I did not realize how unprepared I was to help my child navigate the process of selecting college and attending college after high school, and being able to watch Brenna proceed through this course. It's really been a blessing. I want to thank Guilford County Schools for making this available, and to the WINS for taking the time to come out and work with all of these students. It has definitely been eye-opening. It has definitely been a learning process. It has not always been easy. It is work. You develop a college planning notebook. You begin setting goals for yourself, strategic goals along the journey to the final big getting accepted into college. And it has definitely changed the way we approached this. It has changed the way that we thought about what opportunities were even on our radar that were attainable for Brenna and for her future. And it's been a really, really nice thing to see all the different pieces of the puzzle. And I think that was the key thing for me, was when they started talking about all of the many things that you have to think about in preparing for college and how key each one of the steps are in that journey. And it has been great, and it has benefited Brenna and it has given me knowledge so that her siblings also are now making plans for middle school. They've got college planning notebooks, and they are putting their path together and setting goals for themselves with a future in mind. And they are believing that this is possible because they have seen Brenna on the path to making this possible. So thank you, and this has been a wonderful opportunity. I highly encourage anyone who has the opportunity to take a part in this. It is worth the time, it is worth the effort, it's worth giving up one Saturday morning a month. It's worth the homework that comes in between. It's worth the times that you feel like, what am I doing? I'm trying here. And the wins will set you back on track and say, yeah, this is how we're going to go. You need to stop thinking that way and start thinking this way. And it's helpful and it's worth it. They know what they're doing. And if you're willing to work and you're willing to learn, it's definitely worth the time that you would invest.
And we just got some very exciting news. I have been accepted early decision to Amherst College, class of 2022, and I will be attending Amherst College in Massachusetts in the fall of 2018. And I know I would not be here if it had not been for Mr. and Mrs. Wynn and the college planning cohorts. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for getting me to this point where I'm going to a school with competitive financial aid that I feel really good about that had never been on my radar before. Thank you.